what you are. I now know I will spoil you a lot. Anything they say, I will spoil you a lot. From Monday to Sunday, I will spoil you a lot. From Monday to Sunday, I will spoil you a lot.
Say your mo, the gemu nail. Say your mo, the gemu nail. Money good yeah, money chupa, money good yeah, money chupa.
Tell the other, they I say, I was looking for man that was the man. But the way I find you, I will spoil you a lot. Oh me no, baby, oh me man. Play with you, chicken you, can read to the law. Today, you will come and eat. Talking say, baby, I feeling you, man. I now know I will spoil you a lot. Anything they say, I will spoil you a lot. From Monday to Sunday, I will spoil you a lot. From Monday to Sunday, I will spoil you a lot.
Say your mo, the gemu nail. Say your mo, the gemu nail. Money good yeah, money chupa, money good yeah, money chupa.
The love is easy, no papazi. The love is easy, no papazi. Ogo ipa money for it, man. Ogo ipa money for it.
Love in my kitchen, and in my bathroom, reaching up in my house with their loving. And I scared of Ebola can't chase me. In a case, you won't be kissing can. That one I mean nothing. I will spoil you, will love my baby. That will say that I will not spoil you. Try to say that one la 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 la. You my bomb pity, my one pity, my only pity. I say pity, oh pity so.
I now know I will spoil you a lot. Anything they say, I will spoil you a lot. From Monday to Sunday, I will spoil you a lot. From Monday to Sunday, I will spoil you a lot.
Say your mo, the gemu nail. Say your mo, the gemu nail. Money good yeah, money chupa, money good yeah, money chupa. Yema, my put you know, I get dirty. Don't I care no, naked banu wall, none to go that door. Then get some coal. I won't marry you, that the thing I'm telling you. Mucha, Mupanja. Cantamu, Nitiwe, Cantamu, Nabuane, you, Hundamu, we say in black, what complain.
I will spoil you a lot. Anything they say, I will spoil you a lot. From Monday to Sunday, I will spoil you a lot. From Monday to Sunday, I will spoil you a lot.
Say your mo, the gemu nail. Say your mo, the gemu nail. Money good yeah, money chupa, money good yeah, money chupa.
The love is easy, no papazi. The love is easy, no papazi. Ogo ipa money for it, man. Ogo ipa money for it, man. I now know I will spoil you a lot. Anything they say, I will spoil you a lot. From Monday to Sunday, I will spoil you a lot. From Monday to Sunday, I will spoil you a lot.
Say your mo, the gemu nail.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Groove 106 FM. My name is Gibson Jero, and I'm here again to do another broadcast. I've been a little bit tied up over the weekend since Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I've not been, here, but I'm glad I'm here now, and I'm so happy that you all will always be there, no matter what. And today, we want to discuss a few things, and I have some things to do today. As you know, before we go let me tell you what I'm going to be doing today. Recently, I've been busy also on Spoon TV. We've been busy there, and I was just invited to be. I'm included now to be one of the panelists on Spoon TV. So I'm glad I will be able to speak on behalf of the team Gongloe. So this is my first day. Things didn't go the way I wanted. I was driving, and then I have to change computer, I have to change phone to computer, from computer to another one. So I didn't really do the things I wanted to do today, but that was fine. Everything went well. So I'm very, yeah, I can dance, my brother. So yeah, on Saturday we're supposed to have an interview with the leaders. Maybe one person or two persons from the motorcycle association in Zouadrou, Grand County. Unfortunately, I had a serious emergency with one of my clients, and I couldn't come on. And I apologize to the folks in Grand for that. It's not intentional, so I like to do that opening here. Sometimes when people think that when you apologize, then you are less of a man. No, if you apologize, people begin to trust your opinion. People begin to trust your decision. You're not too big to say I'm sorry. When you realize that something went wrong and you're not supposed to be in that position, you apologize. It makes people to trust you, to believe. When the day you say I'm not apologizing, they say, well, I think that guy is right, because when he's wrong, he will say he's apologized, or if he did something that's not good, he apologized. So I'd like to apologize to Aaron and others who are in Zouadrou that was supposed to be interviewing Aaron Weah. And so definitely I will set it up again between now and Wednesday for us to come up, or maybe we can do it on Saturday for us to have an interview. No, Saturday I will be in Des Moines. I will not be able to. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do was recently we had an issue with the Grand Association National Board of Directors. Okay, and what we had was a misunderstanding, disagreement, certain action the board took, and we believe that, in our opinion as a commission, we believe that it was not right. And then we also wrote something, and the board said was very disrespectful, and they took a decision to remove the commission, or remove 4 of the 5 commissioners, except for the chair lady. Well, that issue was supposed to be discussed at the convention. It was not discussed at the convention. That means the decision of the board stands. So as a reasonable person, when somebody say what you did is disrespectful to me, you can't say no, it's respectful to you. You can't say that. They say what you did to us was disrespectful. The best thing to do is to say, I'm sorry. And somebody was telling me, oh, Gibson, are you guys going to go to the other convention and carry your complaint? I'm like, no. First of all, we are no longer election commissioners. The election is over with. Whatever you believe is your take. Whether you believe the election was fair, was not fair, as far as I'm concerned, the election is over. I'm no longer an election commissioner, and I'm not going to another convention to raise any issue with General Assembly. I think the issue is done. And the major thing in the problem with we and the board was the aspect that the board said we disrespected them. So disrespect, in my view, is not something to contest. It's like you go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court hold you in contempt for either disrespect, or for violating their rules, or not showing deference to them. It's the Supreme Court. It's them. That's their contempt. You can't say, oh, I didn't disrespect you. They feel disrespected. So I told people that since the board, they are all my brothers. Some of them are older than me. Like Eric Kuhn is able to bond me. That fine man, you're looking at that, but he's able to bond me. He's a very old man. And those people like Papa Zoyan, these are all fathers. And Omega himself is a brother to me. All the other people, they are brother to me. So there's no personal thing between them and me. They were never forced before. We never argued before. We never, let me put it in the way, they would never make any flower before. So whatever thing that happened was based on policy difference. So for me, I don't take things personal. I don't take things personal. Therefore, I made my vow, and after considering all the ramifications, considering everything, I decided that I was going to apologize to the board. And so I did apologize to the board. I wrote my letter of apology, and I'd like to read that letter to all of you so you will see what I wrote. And when I believe I did it sincerely and it came from my mind, came from my heart. So I'd like to read that letter first so that you see that the letter that I wrote, my letter of apology to the board. So the letter reads thus. Okay. Let me see. No. Let me see here. I'm trying to find the letter here. So please give me a chance. I'm trying to find the letter to the board. Okay, I think I wrote that from my own personal email. So let me go to my personal email and read our letter to you. So that letter was sent to the board chairman, Mr. Onimika Cllr, and he read it. My understanding is the board has even deliberated on that letter. So whatever the board has deliberated on, I don't have any control over that, but what I do have control over is the letter that I wrote, because I believe that the issue is no longer necessary for me to grandstand. The best thing for me to do is to normalize situation. I'm not going to, and somebody, one other person called me, a very great friend of mine, called me Gibson, and you're supposed to sue the people. I said, sue who now? You guys understand that? Sue who? Sue the Grand Youth Association? No, I'm not going to sue the Grand Youth Association. If I have money, I'll contribute to Grand Youth Association. I send it to Grand Youth for them to do something there. But I'm not going to sue the Grand Youth Association. It doesn't mean I'm afraid, but it doesn't make sense to me for me to sue the Grand Youth Association. So I didn't think that it was necessary to sue the Grand Youth Association. So this is the letter. I think I can read the letter on air. Let me just see if I can share the letter on the screen so you all can participate in reading it. Yeah, I can do it here. Okay, so let me see. Islam. Okay, you guys will not be able to read it that much. So you guys will not be able to read it that much. But I'll still just use this. So the letter reads, the letter was written on May 21st, 2023, and is addressed to Honorable Omega Cllr, Chairman, GGAA National Board. It said, "Dear Sir, I greet you and through you, the Board of Directors. I understand that we are still reeling from the highly tensioned and controversial annual conference. I should recall that the events leading up to the convention were very highly tension driven, but we are now breathing fresh air to wake to a new beginning. Sir, I believe the board's action against me was a result of action on my part that displeased the board. In regard to that, it was never my intention to disrespect the board and any member thereof. As you felt disrespected, then I apologize for any and everything that I may have done that made members of the board feel disrespected. It was a complete misunderstanding, and I plead that this should not limit my ability to contribute my quota to our dear organization. I wish the board will lift whatever suspension imposed by the impeachment so we all can chart a new beginning. We have good things to offer to move our organization forward. The things that unite us are far more than what divides us. Thank you, and God bless yours, Gibson Gerald." So that was the letter that I wrote, and I'm told that this letter constituted an item on the board's last meeting, and some members felt that it was just also good that we read this letter on air, and I think it's just perfect. I just think it's just perfect. We have done what we're supposed to do. We are moving forward. We are thinking about working for Grand GGAA, working for Grand GGAA Association here. We have a lot of immense skills to contribute to our organization. Personally, I have a lot of skills that I can contribute. I have a lot of talent. I have a lot of stuff that I can do. So I'm not going to grandstand anything, especially against my brothers and my own organization. So that's it. That was the letter, and I just wanted to make sure that I read that in further compliance to what I was told I must have to do. And that's it. But let me go further and discuss something that I wanted to talk about. We just talked about it on Spoon TV, and I wanted to further, because on the Spoon TV, we were many, so we have less time to be able to expound on certain things as much as the time we have. And as time goes by, issues that come out that I think I need to make more emphasis on, I will continue to raise it in my own podcast. So one of the issues was about Jeremiah Cllr. And Jeremiah Cllr built a very big hospital, a big structure in Ganta. And after he built the structure, according to information, he claimed that he turned it over to the government is running the hospital. But what brought the issue up is the fact that it is considered a private hospital, but is receiving a lot of funds. Let me show you. Let me read something to you so that you will see. Let me read it to you so you know. Okay, let me read something to you so you can have an idea of where we are coming from. I'm going to put on the screen as well. I'm going to put on the screen for us to read together. I'm going to put on the screen for us to read together. Okay, so this story, all right, let me see if I can do it like this. Okay, so this story is about Jeremiah Cllr. As you see in the Daily Observer asks a question. How did Senator Jeremiah Cllr's private hospital get in national budget? The story reads, it says, when former Vice President Joseph Weah named Senator Jeremiah Cllr as a running mate, he claimed that he has selected a person who shared his version of a better Liberia. But the things from the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, Center, State of Corruption reports for 2021 and 2022 are anything to go by. Boakai's VP pick is an alleged fraudster who used his political influence to secure public funding to operate a private medical facility in his home county. The Nima County Senator is said to have influenced the inclusion of the Esther and Geraldine Medical Center, EMJ, into the national budget during his time as co-chair of the House Committee on Ways, Means, and Finance. The committee is in question plays the lead role in the budget review process. The medical center, which claims to have built with a $2.4 million investment, received public funding for each consecutive fiscal year between 2016 and 2021. That funding amounts to nearly half of Cllr's investment. E&J received $902,462 between 2016 and 2020, and then received another $50,000 in 2021. Center reports the amount surpasses the $604,718 disbursed to J.J. Dawson Medical Center over the same period by a difference of nearly $300,000. J.J. Dawson, I suppose those of you who do not know, I think J.J. Dawson is in Maryland. Yes, it's in Maryland, Harper, Maryland County. And that hospital received far more than half less of what was given to Jeremiah Cohn's hospital in Yuma County. Then in 2022, the E&J hospital owned by Jeremiah Cohn received another $125,000. Cohn, in his response to the report, did not dispute the figures. The senator admits that the medical center has received public funding, but said the money came as subsidies for fuel and drugs from 2016 to 2018. He further claims that E&J is no longer private, but became a public medical facility as of 2019. Government, he says, assumes responsibility for the overseeing of the hospital day-to-day operation. According to the center, the Transparency Center for Transparency sent reports, there is no available record of such transfer of ownership. Cohn has, however, vehemently denied having influenced the budgetary allocation for East Esther and Geraldine Medical Center during this scope. So you heard it. The crux of the matter that I was trying to read. The crux of the matter that I was trying to read was Jeremiah Cohn says the money when he sold his spot where the Jackie Hotel is. Those of you know Ganta, Jackie Hotels. Where Jackie Hotel is, he bought that place before, he owned that place, and then because according to information, he wanted to build a hospital, but then some experts from the government said, no, that place is not a good place for you to build your hospital. So he decided to buy and sell that place to a Lebanese Liberian, I think Lebanese businessman, and took the money, paying $2.4 million, according to him. Whether they gave it to him in cash or through process, I don't know, but it's $2.4 million. And he built this more than 100-bedroom hospital, which is a good thing. Daily hospital is perfect. In fact, that's what we want people to do. People you have money, you go and build something that will benefit the people. So it's good. But the question now is, other private institutions, other private hospitals in the country are not receiving government funding, right? But his hospital received government funding. That's what brought it. They raised the eyebrows. That's why the Center for Transparency in Liberia has raised the eyebrows that, hey, all the other private hospitals, in fact, some other government hospitals, far too less. Then how come this hospital is for Jeremiah Cohn and then is now being given too much money? More than $600,000 is being given to this hospital. In fact, another $125,000 was given in 2022, which made it nearly $700,000 plus, more than $700,000 plus to Jeremiah Cohn alone from 2016 to now. And other hospitals are not receiving the same amount. Other private hospitals are not receiving the same amount. So the question was raised by the Center for Transparency, Accountability and Transparency. Well, they have the right to raise the question because, according to them, their problem was, and I agree with them, that Jeremiah Cohn believed, he claimed that he gave the hospital to the government. Now, how he gave the hospital to the government becomes a debatable issue. How did he give the hospital to the government? Did he sell the hospital to the government? Or did he give the operation of the hospital to the government but maintain his building as a private property? Or did he even sell the hospital, the entire property, to the government? Or did he receive remuneration or receive money in return for the government to run his hospital, to run the hospital? Those questions have not been answered. And what the Center for Accountability and Transparency is saying, okay, Jeremiah Cohn, you are a senator, you're in the court of public opinion. You are the best witness. If you claim that government did not give you money, you're not receiving money for all of this and putting it in your private pocket, where's the document? Where's the agreement between you and the government that you sold the hospital or you gave the hospital and the government will be doing certain things and you will be doing certain things, or you will not do anything at all, or they will not give you money at all? Where is that document that states that? Well, Mo Ali argued that the government, because he's going against the government and the government if the government feature or you will receive money, the government will come up and say, oh yeah, we gave you money. You can't say we gave you money. No. It doesn't really happen like that. And that's the point I was trying to make. And I didn't finish my thought. But the point I was trying to make was the government don't behave like that. Because first of all, if the government proceeded wrongly and they've been giving him money wrongly, the government can say, no, we gave you money, because the government also will be risking its own reputation. The election is coming. So the government will come and say, no, we gave you money. And people say, oh, so you're just dishing out money to private hospitals. You're just dishing out money. It becomes a negative propaganda for the government. Therefore, the government will not come out to do that, will not say that. It's obvious. The government will not come out and say, Jamaican, why you say we not gave you money? We gave you money. Jamaican will say, okay, how did you give me the money? Oh, we gave you 100,000 every year, or 50,000 every year, or so and so. For what? If you are not running the hospital and the government is running the hospital, why should they give you money? Unless it is a lease agreement. If it's a lease agreement, the government pay you your lease. Now he said he didn't lease it; he gave it to the government free of charge. So if the government is giving him money on that to keep him, to keep the operation afloat, the government not going to give that corruption kind of money. The government not going to say on air. They're not going to tell people, say we gave Jeremiah money, even though he gave it all free, but we're still giving him money. Which government will do that? No government is going to do that. So Jeremiah Coons need to still come out and tell us where is that document, that agreement he entered with the government. He is a senator. He's not ordinary person. Before we say, oh, the burden of proof is shipped to the government. Well, it's not the government that's asking him questions. It's not the government that is accusing him. The people that are human rights people. They are saying you didn't do well. You're not supposed to be receiving money. You are a private hospital, and you claim that you gave the government, the hospital to the government, and you no longer receive money. But there's no document to show that you and the government enter any agreement. So how do we know that government is not even giving you money still? You're not eating money, and the money you're receiving is more than even some of the government hospitals, like J.J. Dawson Hospital in Maryland, Upper Maryland County. They're receiving less than $300,000. You, as a private hospital, you are receiving almost $700,000, and you claim the government is not giving you money. But you say it's for drugs, to buy drugs and subsidy and fuel. $700,000 just for drugs and fuel. Just for drugs and fuel. 700,000. So nobody believes it. I don't believe it either. I think Jeremiah Coon is receiving money, and if Jeremiah Coon is not receiving money, if you're not receiving anything from that government, from the government, let him bring the agreement. The agreement will state, Jeremiah Coon on the first part of the party of the on the first part, I'm giving my building to the government of Liberia to run it free of charge. They will owe me no money. I will pay my own debt, my previous debt. But beginning from now to go forward, they are responsible to assume all responsibility, all liabilities. And they owe me no money. And they are not going to pay me money. It's free of charge. I will receive no remuneration. I will receive no tip, no nothing. If we see that kind of document, then we know that Jeremiah Coon gave that document free of charge. But otherwise than that, I don't think so. And we'll discuss this tomorrow with my panel. I will bring my panel here tomorrow. We'll discuss it in details. Because this is the problem I have with the Weah team. First of all, we have Joe Weah who makes no decision of his own. He makes no decision of his own. He's not a decision-making old man right now. The people around him, the cycle around here are the ones that are making decisions right now. Then you have somebody who got a shady background. We say we want to remove George Weah for all the corruption. But then we bring the same kind of, the same type of people in government. This is why I keep telling people, Liberian people need to make a choice. And the only better choice you can make right now is a man who has been tested and have never failed. Councillor Tiamonse Gongloe. He's the only man who has been tested and have never failed. He go in government, refused to be messed with. He refused to allow corruption to take him. He refused to people to mess him up. And he came out of government clean. Is it not the kind of people that we should be fighting to elect? But no, Liberians, They want people who are corrupt. But I'm telling you, there comes a time you must make that decision that no to corruption. We should take people who are honest, people who believe in the growth of the institution. You know, I like what Councillor Gongloe said, I will be a project manager. And there's no better way you can put it than that. Project manager, you know what? Those of us who have served as project officer, or project manager, or whatever, those of you who have served in that capacity as well, you have a laser focus on the things that you're supposed to do. You make sure if you have staff working with you, all the staff are doing their job. You make sure, because you're supposed to make a report to your board, you make sure you dot all the I's and cross all the T's, because if you don't do that, the board is going to remove you from a position. And that is why Councillor Gongloe said, I want to be the project manager of Liberia, so that you can critique me, so my vision can be on the things that's supposed to be happening. And people who will work in my government, they will be on a duty bound to make sure that they're doing the job the right way. Because as a project manager, if I fail to produce, if I fail to execute my project, I got no job. And that is why he is focused on, will Liberians, and I appeal to all of you, your conscience, you want George Weah again another 6 years? Look at what is happening. Do you still want George? You know, I always talk, when I'm talking, I talk to Nigerians most of the time. Do you really want another 6 years of George Weah? And how do you justify, how do you say, well, you know, George Weah, I don't want George Weah, but I want Boakai. I don't want George Weah, but I'll vote for Boakai. I'll vote for Joseph Boakai. Are you reading between the lines? Now, with the opposition, we're not fighting each other, but we also have to make the difference. We have also to make a distinction that this person is not as good as this person. This person is far better than the rest of the people. Integrity is very important. Transparency is very important. Honesty is very important. These are the things that Gongloe has. And people, every one of you say the men are good men. But, so where's the but? So you leave the good man to go to the bad person? Just because it's your friend, just because your friend, boyfriend, friend, or your papi, or because you come from the county, or you and the man speak the same dialect, you leave somebody who is good to go to somebody who is not good. How do people do that? Oh, the man is good. The man is Gibson. The man is honest. He's incredible. He's a good man. But we carry Joseph Boakai. What is it about? How can you compare Joseph Boakai to a man like that? Man like that with that kind of character. How can you compare Joseph Boakai to that kind of man? How can you pick Joseph Boakai over him? The man is agile. The man has all the vitality. He has the conscience, the alertness to be able to make independent decisions. But you don't want him. You want Joseph Boakai, who will not be able to make decisions of his own. Tomorrow we'll discuss this with my panel. Thank you very much. And as you know, I just came from another show and I came here, so I'm a little bit tired. So I'm going to leave it right here. Tomorrow, my panel and I are going to discuss the Jeremiah Kuhn stuff. Thank you very much, and bye-bye for tonight.